We got guys, welcome to my debate show. Sorry about this, it was supposed to have been yesterday. Other things happened, so it had to be cancelled and delayed, and obviously it's on today now. So I apologise to people for that. But we've all got taken time out of our busy schedule in our life to be here to do a stream. And the other guys as well on here are other guests. So, yeah, which is good, isn't it? So we're all actually available to do a stream. Brilliant. Unlike some others. But anyway, right, so I've actually got 3 guests on as well now. So obviously Manny Fangaderai, Ollie, and Kyle as well. So I'll bring them all on, and we'll obviously get into this subject. And here's a big debate today, talking about the league title, Premier title. Has it been gifted now to City by Arsenal and Liverpool? Has it been gifted to them? And we're obviously getting into all that, and we'll look at the fixtures of all the teams and see, who's got the easier running and who we think will actually get it. Will City do it, or will they just mess things up, which I doubt. But anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. Just read this comment. Be up, Cameron. Yeah, hello. Be up, mate. Nice to see you in here, man. Cheers for being in the live chat. And Chris. Be up, Chris. Yeah, be up, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm well, man. Cool. Yeah, looking forward to all this, getting into this, and I'll bring my guests on. And first of all, he's an Arsenal fan. Well, there's 2 here, but this first one, he's a great bloke. He goes on so many shows, hasn't actually got his own channel. I'm a bit surprised. He should have, because he's brilliant. But, I'm sure he will at some stage. But I'll bring him on. He's got a great voice, as we all know. It's a voice for the radio. But it's even better on here as well. So I'll bring him on. Big up, Manny. How you doing, mate?
All good, mate. Thank you. And I want to say thank you once again for complimenting me on my voice. I mean, sometimes I have this sort of an idea where, in my head I sound good. That's the head voice. But when I hear myself on playback, it doesn't really sound so good. So I've had to try and, decrease the, the range of my voice, going to a little bit of a lower baritone, even sometimes going a bit lower. If I speak a little bit higher, almost sounds like a girl, really. And Kenny Ken's even more brilliant than me. He doesn't have his own YouTube channel. And I'll tell you what, though, there is like when things do start to clear, hopefully I might have my own, and we'll see what happens then. But I am sorry about what happened yesterday, but I'll tell you what, Tuesday is actually a good day. You remember that famous song from that famous film, If It's Tuesday, It Must Be Belgium. Well, if it's Tuesday, it must be Mr. Beehive of football.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, but anyway, I've got to get on and introduce my other guests. I've got another Arsenal fan, of course, and it's Ollie, and he's a DJ Sinclairo as well, and got his love of music and everything he does. He's got various other hobbies, and he has got his own channel. So I don't know if he's doing. You're supposed to do it tonight, Ollie, but anyway, I'll bring you on. Be up, mate. Is it tonight your stream or? Yeah.
Yeah, I got Bayern Munich versus Arsenal preview. Are you available for that, OSB?
Oh, possibly. What time is it again?
It's 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Well, what's like? Oh, yeah, football's on then, isn't it? Is it Champions League and?
Oh, Champions League.
Yeah, the Champions League. PSG.
Are you doing a watch along? Are you doing a watch along, Manny?
I'm not doing a watch along. Oh, sorry, you're asking Manny. Sorry.
I might be, and in all likelihood, I'll want to look at the Barcelona PSG match with interest, because Luis Enrique, after everything that he said, talking rubbish about his former player Xavi, now has to go back to his former stomping ground to try and save his team from getting eliminated. And I'll tell you what, PSG are an example of a team with all the hype, and yet they just flatter to deceive. But, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. We know a few other teams just like that.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of Arsenal fans joining the stream, hopefully. So, and some people making their debut, which is quite cool.
Yeah. Oh, you're still going to go ahead with it then, even though the football's on? You're still doing it? Or
Yeah.
The stream?
Streams and football's on before. I mean, people, if they join, they can watch the game while they're on the stream. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I might get into watching the game in the end. I don't know. But I'll see what happens, you know. If I'm able to come on, I will. But, you know, send me the link anyway. And if I do come on, I'll come on. If not, then never mind. But I will be on the next time. Don't worry. So,
yeah, my next stream will be a game week review instead of the Champions League. Yeah.
Is that next week, the other one, yeah?
Yeah. If Arsenal got Wolves there, we should hopefully beat Wolves. So should be a stream.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy though, son. We're going to be heading to Molineux for that. But
Wolves should be howling, mate. They're trying to rip you up.
My good memory of the Molineux is that late minute goal, Lacazette goal, when we won 1 and he scored the late goal, Lacazette. That was amazing.
Oh, Lacazette, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's doing the work where he is now, isn't he? Where did he go?
Yeah,
again?
where is he now? I don't know.
No, he's
Manny,
abroad.
do you know where Lacazette is? Do you know where Lacazette is? What club?
He's playing back in France. I don't quite remember the team.
It's
Lille.
he gone back to Lille or something?
Not Lille, because Lille.
Let me check.
Lille are actually playing Aston Villa in the Conference League this
Thursday.
Thursday.
No, he plays for Lyon.
Yeah, and you know who also plays for Lyon? Another ex-Gunner, Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Is it Jonathan David that plays for Lyon as well? Or is he Lille?
No, he plays for.
He's playing for Lille, and he played in the first leg. He played in the first leg at Villa Park and had a chance on goal. You know who saved it, and
Lyon also have. Oh, go on.
No, you were saying Lyon have who?
Oh, Lyon also have former West Ham player Ben Rama. I think he's very nice.
But anyway, let's quit talking because we've got another guest waiting backstage. Yeah,
I've got one more guest, and Cole to bring on. So, and he's got a big channel as well. He does plenty of stuff on his channel about Champions League and other things, Premiership. Was it African nations and stuff? Afrikaners, whatever it's called, Cup and stuff like that. You know, he does a lot of stuff on his. So, time to welcome him on for his second time. I think it's his second. Is it your second time, Carl, or third? I can't remember now. Yeah, mate.
Third or fourth.
Third. Oh, so it's your hat trick, mate. Anyway, but
yeah,
it's good to have you on, man. Anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's good to be on again.
Yeah, great, mate. Brilliant. And I'll just read a few more comments, and then we get into talking about obviously this subject. It's a lot to discuss with it, but I'll just try and go through these. Hold on, I'm just trying to. I still ain't sorted my blooming mouse out yet. I'm trying to get a mouse sorted out to get on here, but so I'm using the keyboard thing again, so it's a bit slower. Chris Welch, realistically, as Liverpool fan, it's over, but the good thing is Arsenal and Liverpool both played twice in the league before City played their next league game. That's true. Cameron, good point. That puts pressure on them. Chelsea fan, big up Chelsea fan. Big up people. Great win for you lot last night. Superb. 6-0. Ice cold Palmer with 4 goals, you know. Brilliant. Yeah, ice cold Palmer, exactly. and he's got to go to the Euros, definitely. As far as I'm concerned. Big up Cameron.
Big up CMS.
Chelsea fan. CMS Connor. Big up Connor.
Yep, big up Connor.
Leon. Yeah, Leon. Ollie, you remember Nicolas Pepe? Nicola Pepe?
Yeah, he plays in the Turkish league now for Trabzonspor. I don't know how you say it.
Trabzonspor.
Trabzonspor, that's it.
Trabzonspor. And of course,
they're third league, yeah.
And of course, with an Arsenal connection, a certain Kevin Campbell played there after joining from Arsenal by way of Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, no one at Arteta ruthlessly got rid of Pepe, wasn't it?
Yeah. Pepe.
Yeah, why? Who knows? But anyway, are you taking ABBA? Somebody's saying there.
What does he mean?
Does
he mean
Aubameyang.
Does he mean about Mr. B? You taking Aubameyang?
Well, us? Well, I didn't know we were linked with him. I don't think we want him. I think he's a bit washed up.
I don't know who he's talking to. Are you taking up Abba?
Mate, he's not washed up. He's doing bits for Marseille domestically.
He's doing well for Marseille. He's doing well.
The only problem is, I think his days as a Premiership striker may be over, because maybe he just doesn't have that sudden burst of pace you might need to be able to make as a Premiership number 9. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to European competition, he is still quite superb, and maybe he'll make up for his lack of pace by being able to get into positions a lot more more frequently. A little bit like how a certain Edward Sheringham used to do for Manchester United. I don't know if Kyle will remember him, but maybe some before his time, maybe. But that's what he used to do.
No, I don't Kyle remember him. He's too young, isn't he?
Yeah, how old are you, Carl?
18.
18. There you go. He definitely won't know him, will he?
Yeah, so fair to say that the 99 Champions League final, the treble season, would have been well before your time. But I'll tell you what, that bloke is a hate figure among Arsenal fans. Played for two of our biggest rivals.
Who played for 2 of our biggest rivals?
Sheringham.
Oh, Sheringham. Oh, right, yeah.
And he didn't like being called Edward, mind you, but Brian Clough was the only person who could get away with doing that.
But
God rest his soul, of course.
Was it Michael Edwards?
No, Edward Sheringham, Teddy.
Oh, Teddy.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to move on now. I'll share the screen here and we can talk about this now. So obviously, that's the big debate now. Has it been handed now to City, the title? Because, you two cocked up, I'm putting it politely. But Arsenal and Liverpool both messed up. So really, is it paved the way for City now to go on and win this?
If I can start, yeah. Oh, you've got to love BBC Sport. They do enjoy stirring the pot, don't they?
Oh, not BBC.
Yeah. So we're also going to go into the fixtures here of all these teams.
Okay.
And we'll see who's got the easier sort of running and that. But first of all, Manny, what's your opinion on all this? What do you think? Do you think you lost it now? You've ruined your chances? You in Liverpool?
It's funny, Steve, because if you take a look at the fixtures closely, all 3 of our teams have got to play Wolverhampton and also Tottenham. Liverpool play Tottenham at home, while we and Manchester City have to travel to the London Stadium. And
you mean the Tottenham Stadium, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Thank you for correcting me. Thank you. It is the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, that's a West Ham Stadium, mate.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I realised that. And Liverpool have to play both Spurs and Wolves at home. In fact, Wolves will be the last game of the season. And some of these teams, obviously, you write them off at your peril. Just when you think that they can't spring any surprise, they surprise you, pun intended. And Ollie and I Ollie was talking backstage about how, we should be able to go to Molineux and record a win, but we're going to have to make sure that we recover from the setback of losing at home to Aston Villa. And also, potentially, if we don't beat Bayern Munich and we fail to qualify for the semi-finals of the Champions League, that could also hurt us in a way, depending, of course, on how we perform in some ways. City's run in, Fulham just seemed to be, they had a good win at Newcastle, but they seem to be still a little bit inconsistent. West Ham, of course, are, they're also inconsistent and at times very out of sorts. All of the teams right here in the run-ins that we have, they can be capable of some top performances, but at the same time, they are very, very inconsistent. I would be a little bit worried about Chelsea because, they seem to now have a bit of a carrot in that if they can do well in their remaining games, they could potentially, bear in mind that they have games in hand, make a push for a European place.
They can get 6, couldn't they? They can get 6 still, Chelsea.
And they're also in the semi-finals of the FA Cup playing against Manchester City. And Chelsea have been Manchester City's bogey team this season, drawing against the champions home and away. So there is no way in hell that Arsenal can afford to underestimate Chelsea. We can't afford to underestimate Wolves.
It's at home.
And yes, it is at home. I agree, Ollie. But we were at home to Aston Villa too, and you saw what happened.
Yeah.
And as far as the Tottenham game is concerned, obviously we have PTSD from the 2022 season when Tottenham, who had sacked Nuno Santo and replaced him with Antonio Conte, still beat us and deprived us of some Champions League football. And they went on to secure 4th place at our expense. And then Manchester United away from home. Look, I'm still going to say right now that this particular league has been an absolutely crazy league. And many of the top teams in the division have had, really good results, but also some really dodgy results against some very poor teams. Can you believe that Bournemouth actually beat Manchester United at Old Trafford? and we thrashed them at Dean Court. And had it not been for some very contentious decisions at Dean Court, Bournemouth could have done the double over Manchester United.
Yeah, you should have done, really. Should have done.
What's Dean Court, man?
Dean Court is another name for the Vitality Stadium, which is Bournemouth's home ground.
Why is it
nice stadium, that one? The Bournemouth one, isn't it? It's nice.
Why do they call it Dean Court? Why do they call it Dean Court?
I don't know why they call it Dean Court. I think it's similar to Upton Park and the Bowling Ground back when it was in the day for West Ham and so forth. And as far as Liverpool is concerned, they have a Merseyside derby, but this Everton team under Sean Dyche look absolutely desperate. And they also have to play Spurs and Villa, who are also desperately seeking Champions League football. And, I'm not going to say at all that the title race is over, because there are going to be so many twists and turns. I think of the 98-99 season, of course, that was United's treble season. We were ahead of United at one point, but they caught up with us. We were still neck and neck going into the last, the penultimate game week, but then we ended up drawing, I believe, at Leeds United when we couldn't afford anything less than the win. And then United went on to win the title that year against us by a 2-point margin. They won the FA Cup as well, having beaten us in the semi-final with that Ryan Giggs goal. And none of us need to be reminded of what happened in Nou Camp. So they're always going to be really, really tight finishes to a league. And I'm not going to write things off. A lot of people are saying that Manchester City should be able to win their remaining games. And, if they do, then credit to them. And I see a lot of Arsenal fans as well, Steve, trying to cope with the loss, saying, we were on a magnificent run of form in 2024. We lost for the first time, and people are saying it's doom and gloom. But if you want to give yourselves credit for that run of form, then you also have to accept that Christmas period was absolutely shambolic. Defeats to the likes of Fulham and West Ham and others, they literally derailed our season in that respect. And we never should have been in a situation where we had to force ourselves to get back on this sort of a run in the first place. So sometimes you have to take the run with a rough with the smooth and accept that, you have to be given credit where it's due, but also criticism where it's due. And so City have not been handed the league. And I'm not going to publicly say that, I still believe that Arsenal can win it. It's going to be difficult now. And I think Ollie can agree with me on that. That's fair criticism.
Yeah. And City can still mess up, can't they? They can. There are some banana skins there, really.
The only game I see City losing is the Tottenham away. And even that game, they can go on and win that game. But you never know. City, before they play Brighton, they have to play in the Champions League and the FA Cup, whereas Brighton have 11 days to prepare for this game. They have they have an 11-day rest break, and Man City have to play 2 games. They could have injuries. They could be tired before, they could even lose to Brighton, and it is away. Brighton away is a tough game. We beat Brighton away, obviously, but before that, I think the only team they lost to at home was West Ham, I think. So it's not an easy place to go to, Amex Stadium. So you never know in that Brighton game. If they slip up and we win against Wolves, then we're top of the league. So it could all change in a heartbeat. So, but I don't know.
Sorry, Ollie. What are the potential banana skins here? I'm going to bring Carl into this as well because I want to hear his view about it all. And what do you think about this, mate? Can you see any banana skins for City? Do you think there's anything that they might slip up in any of these games? Is he there? Carl there?
Oh,
Yeah,
Carl, are you there? Oh,
yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. Is there anything here you can see where City could slip up? Any of these games, mate, that you feel they could still slip up?
Yeah, I'm looking at the games. Tottenham versus Man City.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So you think Tottenham away, and what about West Ham? I mean, West Ham are still doing well, aren't they? So
yeah.
Yeah, but City struggles to win at Tottenham Stadium.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's one place they could slip up. Also against Brighton, as Ollie said.
Yeah, Brighton. Yeah. Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get from them, really, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially away. If it was at home against Brighton, they'd probably smash them. But because it's away, it'll be tough.
Then for Liverpool and Arsenal, it is playing against Tottenham.
Yeah.
And then for Arsenal,
Man United away as well is going to be tough for Arsenal.
I think Chelsea are on the upsurge now,
No,
so I'll watch out for that.
Yeah,
I believe
Chelsea
Man
could be
United
tough with Cole Palmer.
I'm saying I believe Man United away will be easy for you guys.
You think so?
Yeah, like if you beat us at your home stadium comfortably, you can beat us easily at our home stadium.
Yep. But our record at Old Trafford isn't very good. The last time we won was it like 2018 where Aubameyang scored that penalty to make it 1-0, and that's the last time we won that.
Unless United get good form ahead of the game, but if they don't get good form, then Arsenal can win that game.
Yeah, we have a chance of winning that game, but it's going to be tough. I know Man United haven't been that good this season, whatever, but it is our best chance to beat them at Old Trafford. Finally beat them at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think United have been incredibly lucky this season most of the time, what they got with their points and that. Against Bournemouth the other day as well. How lucky was that? They should have lost that, really.
Yeah.
And then what was the game against us when we had 31 shots at United's goal, and somehow they still walked away with a point, a 1-1 draw. So, are they lucky enough to win the FA Cup this season? Do you think, Kyle? Man United.
Man United will not win the FA Cup.
But they've had a lot of luck, haven't they? Let's be honest. So, and they got Coventry in it. So,
no, but you should not underestimate Coventry because people thought that Wolves should beat Coventry, but Wolves ended up losing to Coventry. And we all know how Man United players play against small clubs like Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And another game that I see that could be difficult is Arsenal versus Chelsea, Aston Villa versus.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No, Chelsea.
Aston Villa versus Liverpool. But City
I don't think Wolves are any pushover either.
Huh?
Not really.
No, Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Yeah. Yeah, it only does.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Liverpool, they got, you don't know what you get with Fulham because they're hit or miss. They can either be great or poor or whatever. And Everton, you don't know with them. I mean, they were poor against Chelsea yesterday. West Ham, capable of a win. Still capable of doing something. So Spurs, as you say, could be, I don't know, tough, but it's at home. So you'd think they should win that. Villa could be a tough one for them. And Wolves. So, although they're at home, I mean, I think Liverpool got a slightly easier one than maybe City. Well, maybe an Arsenal, I suppose you could say. In a way, although they're all pretty much playing the same teams nearly. But
yeah, that's what I said, Steve. almost more the same teams. But in your opinion, objectively, who do you think might have the easier run in? That's my question to you.
I still think maybe City.
Yeah, I think City. Because the only really big team City have to play is Tottenham.
Yeah, I think City are capable of beating most of those teams anyway. So
I think Arsenal are the hardest running. I think
it's between City and Liverpool.
Yeah, because I think Arsenal could have some tough ones there. I think. I mean, look at Wolves are no pushovers, and Chelsea on the upturn now, on the upsurge with Palmer and all that, and and I think Spurs, North London derby, of course. So
yeah,
who knows? Bournemouth. I think there's a lot of tough ones
Tottenham
there.
last year away. We beat Tottenham away last year, didn't we, Manny?
We did. That's right.
What was the score?
I don't remember the score. I think it might have been 2-0 or something of that sort. That, of course, was that was infamous, of course, for Aaron Ramsdale being, almost assaulted by a Tottenham supporter, I think.
Oh yeah, the kick.
Yeah, and
let's check the score. Yeah, it was 2-0. It was 2-0 last year away.
Yeah.
Goals from Odegaard and an own goal from Luis.
Yeah, speaking of that Palace one, what about that for a win against Liverpool? 1-0. Who saw that coming? I didn't, against Liverpool.
No, I didn't see that coming. No. I was hoping. The pressure, it put a lot of pressure on Arsenal to win our game, though. Man City winning, Liverpool losing. We had to, try and get. We had a big chance to go top, and we messed it up. We conceded 2 late goals, and we had a great chance to go top. Liverpool just lost. We could have gone 2 points clearer or 3 points clearer than if we would have won that game. So I don't think it's over yet. I still think Man City can slip up, and obviously we have a better goal difference than both of them. So if we're level on points with Liverpool, or if they keep winning and we win, then we'll be more goal difference than them. So I don't think it's over. It's just a slip up. I think people are overreacting, saying that we've bottled it and handed it to City. I don't think we've handed it to City yet. There's still 6 games left to play. I would only say we would have bottled it if it's 1 or 2 games left to play, and we can only get a maximum of 6 points, and we need 5 or something. But I don't think it's over yet. It's not over. I'd say give it a few more games, and then it's over. And if we win our next maybe 2 games, I think it's over. But yeah.
Before I ask you two this question, you are a couple of Arsenal fans here. I'm going to ask you two in a minute. Could you see when you went away to Dubai?
Yeah.
And everybody thought, well, why are they going away for? Why do they deserve to go on a holiday, Arsenal? What have they actually done to deserve to go on this? And at the end of the day, it actually galvanised you lot, didn't it? At the end of the day, you started winning all those games coming back. You was on that long unbeaten run for so long. So why do you think what's happened now? And it's 1 game you lost. Okay, sure enough. But why do you think it was that you've actually that run ended? What was it that happened? Because ever since you went there, you've been a transformed team coming back from Dubai. Everyone's saying, "Oh, look, Arsenal, they're crap. They've fallen off. They're no good." Then suddenly you come back from Dubai, and then suddenly you're beating every teams. Every team you're playing, you're beating, and a lot of goals as well, 4 or 5 goals at times or more. So, I think can either of you put your finger on that? What's happened now?
I think
why you've actually slipped up.
I'm sorry for cutting in there, Steve. I think I'll answer this question. I'll answer this question. Maybe Ollie can chime in if he agrees with me or disagrees with me. I know he disagrees with me on quite a few things, but at the end of the day, we both support the Arsenal. And that's what's important. And
can't agree about everything, can you? No.
Yeah, or in some cases, Emery thing, pun intended.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that later in a minute. But here's the thing: ever since the Dubai trip and when we came back, I think what needs to be put into perspective is that before we went on the Dubai trip, as I mentioned, we had a horrible run over the Christmas and New Year period. And I remember making a new version of George Michael's hit. Last Christmas, we were top of the league, but by the end of May, we'd thrown it away. This year, there will be more tears as we finish without the title. And I think it's fair to say, Mr. B, that...
I thought it was more you had to have faith more than that, but anyway.
Yeah. Love that. Absolutely love that. Of course, last Christmas was in the Wham days and faith turned single. But, you know... Maybe. I think a big problem with some of Arsenal's players is that somebody needs to find them somebody to love. All right, enough. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. But so we went. So we went to Dubai and had that sort of pleasure trip, and of course that was the trip where our manager ended up getting fed the most overpriced steak at a restaurant named Salt Bay. I'm surprised that the steak wasn't as salty. Maybe it was. And since they say you are what you eat, ever since then, maybe Arteta has become a bit more salty. I don't know. But when we came back to the Premiership and started playing, it has to be said that many of the games that we played were against opposition that either couldn't cut the mustard, i.e. Burnley and Sheffield United, or also against teams that just didn't turn up, i.e. West Ham and others. And we did have a lot of confidence in our play. And obviously, Havertz was starting to find his mojo and starting to score a few goals. But he was also still not quite confident enough in his play. And the other teams, in fact, didn't really have a game plan against Arteta and Havertz in that regard. And then everything else was just working. The midfield, the defense, everything was going really well. But one thing which I started to notice prior to the Aston Villa game is that there were a few cracks that were starting to come in. Havertz wasn't scoring as regularly as possible as you'd like, but because others like Trossard and Saka and company were able to get a few goals, we were still able to pull out some wins. And one of the biggest mitigating factors as to why we don't have a centre forward is because the goals are being shared around. We're still scoring so many goals. We don't need an extra striker. But the problem is there is such a thing as junk goals, so to speak. And in the crunch games, when you're playing against, big opposition, that Haaland-esque striker or Tony-esque striker or Watkins-esque striker, I'm sorry for mentioning the name of a former Mr. B, but you've got to admit that he has been brilliant this season. 19 goals in the league,
don't you?
Of course we do, Ollie. That's a stupid question. Of course we do,
No, I said you want him back. I didn't.
I know that, but I'm saying it's stupid because we definitely want him back, but it ain't going to happen. So there's not a lot we can do, is there?
You never know. You never know. Qualify for Europe. Dump some dosh on the table. Aston Villa might have to sell their players, and you never know. But
well, it won't happen this year, will it? It's not happening this season. So
yeah, well, in the words of the famous song, "Send in the Clowns," maybe next year.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
Yeah, but again, there were some cracks starting to form in that Havertz wasn't scoring regularly, and a few teams were able to get behind our defense a little bit more regularly, and even against Bayern Munich as well, some of those cracks started to become a lot more prominent because we took the lead against Bayern, and a lot of people were expecting that we would smash this Bayern team because they literally were the equivalent of the Burnley of the Champions League. And a lot of us sane fans were saying, you know what, knock it off. Bayern are no pushovers.
Exactly.
They have European heritage. They have been poor this season, but they've also been denied by a Bayer Leverkusen team that have been absolutely magnificent under Xabi Alonso. Shout out to Granit Xhaka for winning a league title. Took him long enough, I would say. And so, when you have these cracks starting to form and you don't really do anything to try to, sit to see everything, and you just confidently, blissfully, blithely moving along, saying that everything is awesome, everything is good when we work as a team, as the Lego Movie song goes. And you are asking for trouble. And this Aston Villa game, a lot of you will remember that I predicted a 3-1 win for Arsenal because Douglas Luiz was suspended, Matthew Cash was injured, and those two guys have literally been two of Villa's key players this season, because Cash is that type of proper marauding right back who goes forward, an international for Poland as well. If you remember, Ollie, and I'm sorry to have to bring this up, he got injured on international duty, so he couldn't play against Wales in that playoff final, I'm afraid.
I mentioned that one again.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Aaron Ramsey, Manny, did you say?
No, Matthew Cash.
Oh,
Matthew Cash.
Yeah. So whenever Matty Cash doesn't play, Ezri Konsa ends up sliding into the right back position. He's a lot more comfortable as a centre back. And oh wow, Villa seem to be Ezri Konsa.
Yeah, he used to play Brentford. Yeah.
Did he?
Wow.
Let me check.
Yeah,
we turned out a few, haven't we? We got a few to all these teams, haven't we?
2018, he joined for 22.5 million, then he joined Aston Villa in 2019.
Tarkowski, another ex-Brentford as well, Everton.
Oh, yeah, Tarkowski,
Yeah, of course.
Do Arsenal have any ex-Brentford players?
David Raya.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, more about him. More about him in a minute. And Villa were there for the taking, and tactically, a lot of people were saying, "Why did Arteta see it fit to switch everything up and change everything?" I think what he was trying to do was sort of add a little bit of strength into the midfield by picking Zinchenko. So obviously, with Aston Villa's midfield in theory being a lot more weakened, Arteta thought that would be the right time to play Zinchenko and have him sort of come at the midfield really and just force the press on Aston Villa. And it showed in that Arsenal were pressing Villa quite well. Martinez was forced into making some really good saves, including that save from Leandro Trossard. Now, I know that the likes of Paul Merson, who played for both Aston Villa and Arsenal and Aston Villa, have been quite salty in saying it wasn't a great save. Trossard hit it straight at him. But the problem is it was also a combination of good defending, because I believe there was a Villa defender at Trossard's side. I don't recollect whether it was Konsa or Diego Carlos. But what happened was that because of the pressure exerted, Trossard didn't really have much of a window to shoot. And it was still hit in such a way that if Martinez hadn't shown some really good reflexes, that still would have gone in. The anticipation and the reflexes were there, and that does make it a world-class save. So, Merce and company, Magic Man, I loved you as a player, but you really need to calm down, mate. And
of course, your favourite keeper kept clean sheet, didn't he? Well,
he did keep a clean sheet, but I wanted Arsenal to win, and I know that a lot of you in the chat ribbed me for being a big Martinez fan, and I will explain why I'm a big fan of his near the end of the season. And I know the stick's good. The stick's good humoured. The stick is good humoured, and I'm big enough to take it. Although I do not have a shrine or a photograph of him. Thank you very much, Steve. But
can you tweet him or whatever you called it now and get him to join us? Can you do that, Manny, for us? Because we need a proper keeper.
Maybe if I possibly go over to Birmingham and possibly meet him by chance, I could try. I mean, if he sees some of my tweets, he'll know I'm a huge fan of his. But look, anyway,
he's seen some of your tweets.
Huh?
He's seen some of your tweets.
He hasn't seen. Maybe I'll show him, and then that maybe. But here's the thing, though. We were pressing Aston Villa very well and doing really well, but then Villa were always going to be strong on the counter attack if we weren't defensively astute. And then Gabriel Magalhaes with a bozo moment, hitting it into Zinchenko's back, sending Watkins on his way, and he hit it perfectly, but it just needed to be a little bit more further to the right and not so far to the left. And had it been, it would have just gone in on the post, 1-0 Aston Villa, and we would have been under the cosh. But we still were the better team in that first half. And there was also a period where Martinez also had a bit of a bozo moment where his attempted clearance went straight to Zinchenko. Zinchenko had the enterprise to try and chip the keeper, but it was out of it was sort of going wide. And in any case, some of the Villa defenders were coming back to cover, so embarrassment was spared. So we did pick the right lineup, and we were playing really well. But the big problem with Zinchenko is that he's a first half player. In the second half, when teams start to gain their confidence and composure, he becomes absolutely horrible as a defender. I mean, I have seen him get cooked in the first half of games itself when he isn't quite able to, exert his influence. But then seeing Ezri Konsa run past him was awful. And I'm going to say this right now, Ollie. It was an Emery masterclass because there was no Douglas Luiz and there was no Matthew Cash. So instead of playing the 4-4-2 formation that he normally does, he switched it to a 4-2-3-1 with Douglas Luiz, with John McGinn and Yuri Tielemans, the two defensive midfielders. That meant Nicolas Zaniolo, Morgan Rogers, and Moussa Diaby on the right with a three-man attacking midfield team, with Ollie Watkins behind. And that 4-2-3-1 is when we played some of our really best football last season. Why we changed it? Why did we change it? Simple, because Jesus was injured and Nketiah came in, and the rest is history. Ridiculous. And it was in many ways a tactical masterclass from Emery, and you have to accept that he got the better of Arteta's formation and made sure that our midfield was never able to dominate enough. And you have to say that the Villa players just played to a man, and then our defense literally crumbled at the worst possible time. The fact that Ben White, before he was hooked off, was our best defender says it all. But even he didn't have a really good game. And I will also, Benny Blanco. I love that. Another friend of mine calls him Tenerife. Another friend of mine calls him Tenerife Ben because he loves working on his tan and he's the type of person you'd see on Celebrity Love Island or some other rubbish like that.
Celebrity Love Island.
Ezri Konsa in that match really showed why he is everything as a right back that Ben White can never be, and England won't miss Ben White at all. So Benny, you've just blown your chance, that son. I'm sorry to say, but and also the reason why Havertz was shifted around was because even in the last few games he wasn't getting any goals, and I think defenses have started to get a little bit wise to him. And even when he did have the ball, he couldn't even start shooting. So the cracks were starting to form, Steve, before the Aston Villa game, and definitely they started to be exposed in the Bayern Munich game. So did Arteta do the right thing by slightly tweaking the lineup? I think he did. Because if not Zinchenko, he would have been forced to have played Jakub Kiwior in the defense. And Kiwior was also shown to be a little bit out of his depth. Because if he wasn't able to counter Leroy Sané at the Emirates, what chance would he have had with the likes of Moussa Diaby and Ollie Watkins and Leon Bailey? Yeah. And Bailey ended up coming... Yeah.
I thought he was doing a bit better lately, Kiwior. I thought he was actually performing quite well lately, but...
Mate, the problem with Kiwior is that he's a left centre-back who's being shoehorned into the left-back role. And yes, he's been doing well in the run, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. That run was mostly against teams that, quite frankly, couldn't cut the mustard. Against bigger and better teams, he was found wanting. But then Zinchenko has been found wanting. The best thing to do would have been to take Zinchenko off when he was starting to tire and bring Tomiyasu on. And that is one thing that Arteta absolutely got wrong. In stark contrast, Emery got his lineup right. He got his formation right. He got his substitutions right. So instead of, continuing to bash Arteta, which I would like to do, believe you me, we have to hold our hands up and say that Emery just got his tactics absolutely spot on. And, it was a chastening defeat, which hasn't in any way rocked our confidence, because it's bad enough that we lost another game at home. To lose to our ex-manager and our ex-goalkeeper was even worse. And I'm going to share, if I may, I'd like your permission, if you don't mind, mate, a little tweet which I had put up 2 minutes before the end of the game, in fact, and it was timed quite perfectly. And I'm just going to, share that now. And this particular tweet, mind you, has gotten 700 views and quite a few likes and retweets. And I will just make sure. I've had tweets that have gotten even more engagement, but let me just.
I'm not really on there anymore, so I wouldn't have seen it, mate. So I don't know. I don't know nothing about it now.
I agree. I agree.
Listen, there now.
I know they call it Twitter because some people there are absolute tweets. But if you can read this right now, this is what it says: Arsenal deserve this loss. And I apologize for the all caps, but I was livid that day. And those fans who dared to abuse and disrespect Unai Emery and Emi Martinez deserve this loss too. Villa were missing Douglas Luiz and Matthew Cash, but they still managed to put a beating on us. It was an Emery masterclass. So where do we go from here? And obviously this bloke, shout out to Carney O'Connor, who I know from Del Boy, and also Danny AFC TV, replied saying so forth, but I don't want to get too much into the in-depth of that. And, you know, it's another example of how if we start to disrespect our opponents and think, you know, we are invincible, nothing can can defeat us, that is when we can be brought back down to earth. Tuchel very nearly did it at the in the Champions League, and now Emery has done it. And you need a sickening result like this to make you realize that you know, we're just not as good as we think we are. And so I will answer Chris's question, but then I'll let Ollie have the floor, and then I'll shut my mouth.
And also Carl as well. Don't forget Carl. We need on his sort of neutral opinion, being United fan.
Definitely he has to have his opinion, and he should have it. But to answer your question, Chris, mate, yes, we do need to get past Bayern because you know, a lot of people will say that even if we were to put in a heroic performance and still lose, it wouldn't be too bad. But then you see the climb down from being so confident that we would smash Tuchel's boys to being satisfied with a top performance. I'm sorry, but that just goes to show that, you know, for the disrespect and the gassing up that you do of our team at the expense of others, you know, you have to be willing to hold your hand up and say, you know, you know, we got it wrong. We are nowhere near where we need to be, and we have to accept that. And it's not so much about not being able to speak with your chest, because, you know, you can't speak with your chest. You speak with your mouth and you speak from your heart, but not necessarily with your chest. And you got to accept that. So if we do get past Bayern, it will give us some confidence back. But if we fail to get past this Bayern team, then no amount of, you know, conciliatory words and you know, consolation by saying, well, we went to the Allianz and we gave them a fair game will be enough if we're being honest with ourselves. And I think hopefully that answers both of your questions. We cracks were forming, but we got complacent and we ended up deserving to lose against Aston Villa. We were lucky to get away with a draw against Bayern. And if we don't progress on Wednesday, then this could very well lead to a sapping of our confidence, because we are going to start doubting ourselves, this particular team. Forget about the Jorginhos and the Zinchenkos and the Jesuses and the Havertz. I know that Georgie, Porgy and Havertz did win the Champions League with Chelsea under Tuchel, but then this is a completely different kettle of fish. And maybe, you know, Chelsea have showed why they were right in the way to get rid of Havertz and Jorginho. Hanno himself has said he's glad they're not back. But I'm done now. I'll shut my mouth and mute myself. But I'll shut my mouth.
Rejects go to the Arsenal retirement home from Chelsea, don't they?
Yeah, and we might end up getting Raheem Sterling next if we're unlucky.
Yeah, probably.
But I'll shut my mouth.
He's finished, isn't he? Let's be honest.
No, he's still good. He won't play for England anymore, but he's still capable. But I'm going to shut my mouth now and let everyone else talk. Yeah.
Yeah. So he wants to go. Let's let Carl go first this time, because he ain't said much. So I want to hear from him. What do you think of all this, Carl? Are you this question here from Chris? What do you make of it? Think they need to get past Bayern and help them in title race, get the confidence back? What do you think about that, mate?
Yeah, they do need to get past Bayern. But also, I feel like Arsenal is playing Bayern at a worst possible time. They're traveling to the Munich stadium, especially after losing to Aston Villa, when the team morale is low. Yeah.
Well, Bayern, you know, are still a good team. I mean, you know, okay, they lost some other good players. They had, what's his name? The guy who went to Barcelona. What was that striker's name? Polish bloke. What's his name? Legrusiak, whatever his name.
Robert
Lewandowski. Sorry, Lewandowski. Yeah. Sorry, Manny. Yeah, I had a brain fart for a minute there. But anyway, no. So, but you know, yeah, Lewandowski, of course. But they also lost a few others, I think, left as well, didn't they? But I think they've still got a nucleus of a good team still. And, of course, Kane there now and everything. Don't know about Dyer at the back, but there you go. He's pretty dire. But,
they won't have Alaba. They won't have Alaba, Gnabry, Sané. No, they was.
Yeah.
They're missing a few players, right? So.
Yeah, Gnabry, I think, still looks a good player. I can't believe Arsenal got rid of him as well, you know. I really can't. So, yeah, another one they let go, isn't it? Let's come back to bite them, you know. So, another good player. He could have a bit of a say in his second leg, you know. He could. So,
he won't, mate. He won't, mate. Not too long after scoring the goal, he got an injury to his hamstring.
Oh,
and he's out,
sorry.
along with Davies and Kingsley Coman. So it gives us some respite. But, you know, Tuchel will bring Guerrero or someone else in, and all will be okay as far as they're concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, did you want to say anything else there, Ollie, as well? Did you want to mention anything there after that question?
Not really. Can you put the question back up?
Yeah, do you think you need to get past Bayern to help them in title race and get confidence back?
Help who in the title race? Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah, I think we do need to win. I've got two things. If we lose, we have to go on and win the Premier League. If we win, I think we can try and go all the way in the Champions League and, you know, possibly try and win the Premier League as well. But I think it would be good to bounce back after the Villa loss, get a win, and then hopefully win again in the Prem. But as I said, if we lose, we have to win the league. No excuses, because if we lose, we lose the Prem as well, then we won't have any silverware. Yeah. So I think if we don't have any silverware, Arteta has to go, and I don't want that to happen because I like Arteta as a manager. I know a lot of people.
You like him?
Yeah, I don't mind him, but I'm Arteta out at the moment, unless we start winning some games.
If he's manager of my team, I'd stop supporting him. You know that. If he's manager of my team, I would. I'm being serious.
Who would you support then if you didn't support Brentford?
Well, actually, Arsenal were my second team for a long while. You know, back in the day. When they're a great team in the 80s, 90s, whatever, you know, early thousands.
So they would be the team you'd support.
Yeah. So, but I wouldn't go back to them because you got that clown as manager. So
you wouldn't support. You wouldn't support Brentford if Mikel Arteta was your manager.
Well, no. I mean, no. You know, why would you? What's he going to achieve? He's won what, a couple of dinner plates and an FA Cup. That's nothing, you know. No, sorry. I mean, but it's true,
second,
you know.
Mate. He finished second, mate.
Yeah, finished second. That's runner-up, mate. You ain't winning nothing, runner-up. What are you talking about? That ain't a trophy. Oh, Wenger would say, what's it, fourth is a trophy, wouldn't he? But, yeah. But, anyway, guys, let's move on a bit here. Chelsea versus Coventry FA Cup final and Poch to bottle it. Imagine the scenes, yeah.
Oh, my God. I think Man United I think Man United can beat Coventry.
Yeah. They've been so lucky, though. I mean, I think Carl was saying he thinks they'll lose. He thinks United will lose. So,
no, I think
could well do. There could be a shock on the cards, you know.
No, I didn't say they'll lose. I just said I won't be surprised if Man United loses to Coventry.
Oh, right. Oh, you wouldn't be surprised, yeah. Well,
you wouldn't be surprised.
Almost the same thing, but I think Arsenal get past Wolves. I think Arsenal get past Wolves due to Wolves' injuries, but who knows? Chelsea, Spurs, and United are the ones for Arsenal. Yeah. Possibly Chris again. He's leaving a lot of comments, Chris, today. For Liverpool, go beat off Palace because he's obviously a Liverpool fan. So all of a sudden, all may be difficult now. I'm looking at the away games to Liverpool as the difficult ones. Yeah. I think so, yeah. Do you think if Liverpool would have beaten Palace, would Arsenal have beaten Villa? Can anyone answer that?
I don't know.
Liverpool would have beaten Palace, yeah. Well, I don't think the way Arsenal were playing, I don't think they would have. Because, I mean, I think Villa were brilliant at the back. I really do. You got to give them credit, you know.
Absolutely. Diego. I've been critical of Diego Carlos, who has been, from what I've seen him, he can be very clumsy at times, but then so was Martin Keown, even at his best. But he had a fine game along with Pau Torres at the back. But once Cash is back fit, Konsa can slide back in, and then Cash and Torres are normally the are the best sort of partnership, really. I mean, I remember joking about Tango and Cash, Tango Torres and Matthew Cash. But, but so to answer your question, Chris, I'm not too, maybe Arsenal would have been more determined to beat Villa, but the way we sort of set up and the way Emery also motivated his boys, I really can't necessarily see that happening. I think the reason why also you lost to Palace was because I think you were maybe a little bit complacent. Missing all those chances has really come back to hurt you again. And Jurgen Klopp has got to do something to, really fix that problem. And I might actually throw an earlier question back to you. Liverpool, of course, are up against Atalanta. And I know that you do have some happy memories of the 5-1 win over there. But this is a completely different set of circumstances. I just wonder if you lot aren't able to progress against Atalanta, could that affect your running until the end of the season? And it's sad to see how things have. It's sad to see how things have fallen away. But I think we can all agree, and Kyle can definitely agree with me on this, that loss to United in the FA Cup quarterfinals was probably where things started to unravel for you lot.
There's one from Carl here. He's left a comment here as well. Says that Arsenal regretting their divorces with Unai Emery and Emilio. Nice one, Carl. Yeah. I said defo, Carl. Yeah.
Definitely, Carl.
Liverpool technically know their fate in Europa League unless something dramatic happens in second leg, which wouldn't rule out Liverpool. No. It wouldn't rule them out because they can do it, but they can't afford to concede any goals, can they now? 3-0 down. But I know away goals don't count now anymore, so I suppose that's something really. But because they used to count double, didn't they? The away goals. But I think possibly they can do it, Liverpool. But as I say, they can't concede any. So what's the chances? I mean, Liverpool haven't had many clean sheets, have they, this season, as far as I know. So I can't really see it happening. And Luca's in here. Big up, Luca. Big up, mate.
Big up, Luca.
Yeah. You okay? Yeah, we're fine, mate. We're cool. Yeah.
Sto bene, grazie. Buongiorno.
I said, you know all these languages, man, didn't you? Crikey, mate. Yeah.
No. I know a few select words and phrases, and obviously that inspires me to try to learn a little bit more. And obviously, a lot of these, sort of languages with Latin roots have very similar structures of grammar. So, I think if you know a little bit of French and Spanish, you might learn Italian, maybe. And
Bring Barcelona come out on PSG 6-1 to win Europa League. Yeah, well, you never know, I suppose. Stranger things have happened, so it could happen.
And one more trivia. Who was the PSG manager for that tie?
PSG manager. Oh, God. How long ago was it? Was this last year?
2017, 2018, I think, around about that time.
2018. Oh, God. No, it wouldn't be Emery, no. Not PSG.
It was, actually.
Was it Emery?
Yep. He was at PSG before. He was at PSG before he joined Arsenal.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know why I didn't know it.
Was it not Tuchel?
No, not Tuchel.
No. And not Poch. No, Poch was more recent, wasn't he? So, yeah, I'll tell you. Look at this. This is a bit of a silly comment. No, sorry, Chris, but I'll read it out anyway. Arteta has done a fantastic job already with Arsenal, huh? I just think the frustrations are, is he really is the man to get you over the line? Exactly. I don't think so, somewhere. I don't think it's going to happen this season either.
And the big issue, Christopher, is that I'm sorry for Christopher, by the way. I don't know if you like being called that. But the big issue,
we'll let you know if he doesn't,
is that when you take a look at the way Arteta's managed things and the backing and the support that he's given, has he really done anything that Unai Emery wouldn't have done if he weren't given that backing? People are still going to use the Watford game where we conceded 30 shots as a stick to beat him with, but we drew that game 2-2. We have had more good games under Emery than bad games. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say that I didn't want Emery to leave, because there was a point where we just weren't getting the results. We were starting to slide, and the club thought that we had to take action, and so be it. But I didn't want Arteta to come in to the club under any circumstances. The FA Cup win was nice, but since then he has shown nothing to convince me that he will be capable of getting us over the line, and we've spent so much money already. So that's where my frustrations lie. I'm sure Ollie will disagree with me, but that's the way I and a lot of Arsenal fans really do feel.
Before you do that, I've got Kyle's got to go, so he's got to shout out his socials now. So hand you over to Kyle. There you go, mate. Shout out your socials, man.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me at my YouTube channel at Football Overseas. You can subscribe to that YouTube channel. And also you can follow me at Instagram at _F4YT 2019 _. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Oh, that's great, mate. Brilliant. Sorry we couldn't get to you as much today, but no, definitely you'll be on next time, hopefully, and we'll talk with you a lot more. Sorry about that, man. But you take care and everything, all right? And have a good one, yeah? See you later, mate.
Take care.
Yeah.
Cheers, Carl.
See you, man. Cheers, Carl.
Cheers,
bye.
Carl.
But yeah, so yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, that one Chris put here. I'd say has done a fantastic job. Don't make me laugh. But you know, it's not much fun for the Arsenal fans, I think you'll find. So yeah, but he's not going to get you over the line, is he? Really? I mean, you can only maybe win the Champions League, but I don't even think that's possible. I still think Bayern will do you in Germany. So, you know, if you were 2-0 up from the first leg, I think you would have done it. But 2-2, I think it's advantage Bayern myself. So, I don't know what you two make of that, but what do you make of that, Manny?
What was the question? Sorry.
About the Bayern one, I think it's advantage Bayern. Do you think you it's over with, or do you think you can still get a result there?
It's not over until it's over, but we've made this a little bit more difficult for ourselves. And obviously, the nature of this Aston Villa defeat will have hurt our confidence in many ways. Arteta would be best advised to, revert to the approach that served him well. But he will have to consider whether or not he can trust Jakub Kiwior. And if he can't, don't pick him. Put Tomiyasu there on the left and keep Benny Blanco on the right and see how things work.
What about you, Ollie? What do you think of that? Do you think it's over at Bayern, or do you think you can still get a result there?
I don't think it's over. I think if we play the same lineup, then we might be all right. Because I thought the lineup we did against the first leg was quite good, and I thought with the Villa game we should have stuck with the lineup we had with the Champions League game, because we played well in that game. So we probably would have won if we kept that formation, that kept that team. But I think I'll go with David in goals, stick with Ben White at right back. I'll go with Kiwior left back because he's better defensively than Zinchenko. Obviously, Gabriel Saliba centre backs. And then midfield is tough. Probably have to go with Rice and Udegaard, obviously, if Udegaard's fit, because I don't know if he's injured or not. I think he's all right. And then other midfielder, if Partey's fit, I'd start Partey maybe, or who's starting first leg. Either Partey or maybe let me just see who's starting the first. Jorginho, maybe Jorginho. Front three, I'd probably go with Havertz, Saka, and Trossard, because Trossard obviously got the goal, so I'd like to see Trossard come in for Martinelli. So I'll make a few changes, but I don't think we might lose. It's probably a high possibility that we lose, but I'm still quite confident that we can go out and win tomorrow if we, put out a good team.
If you two could win any one of those trophies, which one would you settle for? If you could only win one of them, because I don't think you're going to win. You ain't going to win both of them.
I'll probably go. I won't realistically probably Premier League because if you think of the Champions League, it's the best teams in Europe. You got Barcelona still in the competition, PSG, Dortmund. Atletico Madrid, we still got to beat Bayern, and then obviously if we won, we'd have to play Man City or Real Madrid, and so I think it's more realistically the Premier League because there's only English teams in it, and there's peaceful teams in it and stuff like that. So I think Premier League realistically, but I'd like to win the Champions League.
Yeah. Yeah, it said Cameron saying the Odegaard was in training and they said no injury. So
it's just if anyone plays fantasy, when people have injuries, it has like a yellow thing on their name.
Right. Yeah.
And he had that on fantasy where it's like his player has got a yellow. I'll show you what it. So in fantasy, they have like that yellow thing on.
I see. Yeah.
That means they have an injury. But it had that on Odegaard, but I think he's alright.
No, that's good. Well, that's good. Good that he's fit. So you probably need him, I guess. But So what are you going to predict for that anyway? What you're going to go for on your scores, Manny? What are you going to go for Arsenal Bayern?
Well, there's a part of me, if I were to speak with my heart, that would say that we would draw against Bayern and maybe beat them on penalties, but I really can't see that happening. I have to go with my head and say that Bayern will beat us. It'll be 3-1. No clean sheet for Manuel Neuer. But also, let's not forget that in the previous round, Bayern had lost to Lazio in Rome and had Dayot Upamecano sent off. They still returned to the Allianz and swamped that Lazio team 3-0. So I really don't see any problems for Bayern. And bear in mind, they're going to have their full crowd back. They're going to roar that team on. They didn't have any fans at the Emirates when they very nearly beat us, by the way. Had Kingsley Coman's shot that went in between David Raya's legs had gone an inch or two to the right, it would have been 3-2 Bayern with the last kick of normal time and effectively game over, if not tie over. So I just don't see us getting the result we need. But if we do manage to go through, I will celebrate. Don't you worry about that.
Manny, you know that Bayern Munich just lost the league. Do you think that's going to give them encouragement to go and want to win the Champions League now that they've lost the league?
Of course it will. Of course it will, because the fact that they lost the league was confirmed. Was pretty much, well known a long time ago. Recent results have just confirmed that. Really,
Bayern Leverkusen, wasn't it?
Bayern,
Leverkusen.
Shaka plays for them.
Yeah, the Swiss cheese.
Granit Xhaka stopped Kane from winning a trophy.
He's full of holes. Is that? No.
Yeah. But listen, Kane can still win the Champions League along with Eric Dyer and do what they couldn't do under Pochettino.
Maybe Tuchel's the man for them.
Maybe not, but we will see. But I still think they will win and qualify for the semi-finals. If they're up against City, then I agree they've got no chance. But it will be fun to watch.
What score are you going for, Ollie, in the Arsenal one? What one do you think?
I don't know whether
you say Arsenal to win, aren't you?
I don't know whether to tell you now or wait for my stream because
well, it's up to you, mate. I mean, you can always change it for yours. You don't have to.
Obviously, I'm going to disagree with Manny because I'm quite confident for the game. Bayern Munich will obviously score that because they're home. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Arsenal. I think goal for Bayern. Let me just check their team. I think goals from Arsenal will probably be hopefully maybe Declan Rice and Saka, and then Kane will probably score a penalty for Bayern or something. But if I was to go with my with my heart or head, I don't know, with what I think is going to happen, I'd probably say 3-1 Bayern, similar with Manny. I think he said that. But I'm going with 2 on Arsenal. I'm confident for the game. I'm going for a 4-3 on aggregate. And if it went, I would be 1-1 penalty. If we 1-1 and then we won on penalties, that would be quite cool. But I don't want to win on penalties again. Penalties is too nerve-wracking, man. That Porto game, was, oh goodness me, my heart was pounding. That was such a stressful game, that Porto game, where we lost the first leg and then we had it all to do in the second leg. We won on the night, but we drew on the aggregate. And then the penalties, man, it was awful. I mean, we won on penalties, obviously, but I can't go for another penalty shot. Not 2 in a row, man. Not 2 penalty shootouts in a row. Please don't. I mean, I can't deal with that. But I'm hoping we win on normal time. And if we lose, I'd only be happy if we lose if it's a narrow loss. Maybe if it's like 1-0 or 2-1, I wouldn't mind that. But if we lose quite heavily, like 3-1 or 4-1 or 3-0 or whatever, then I would be quite annoyed. But
yeah.
I'm hoping we can win because if we do lose, and if that's a probably big if, I think it will happen. We definitely have to go on and win the Premier League if we do lose. So, and then as I said, if we do win, then I reckon we can go all the way to the final hopefully and try and win it. But yeah, we need to win. Otherwise, if it's lost, then we have to win the Premier League because we can't go trophyless without winning. We can't go trophyless because Arteta have to go if we don't win a trophy this season. And I don't really want that to happen because I don't see who else bring in.
It might be the best thing, let's put it this way, because Arteta would be going. Well, do you think he would actually be gone, or do you think they'd keep him another season?
Well, knowing Arsenal, they'll probably keep another season. Yeah, knowing Arsenal, they'll probably keep him another season. But
I do believe it's been confirmed, Steve, that he will stick around for another season, and more's the pity because the longer he stays, the more the questions are going to be answered, and the more he is going to have to start, convincing people that he is the man. A lot of people are going to say, well, Alex Ferguson was under similar pressure for, a great deal of time at Manchester United, but to those people, I say, keep that great man's name out of your mouth. Arteta and SAF do not compare at all. And SAF, let's not forget, was winning, cups with Manchester United. He won the Cup Winners' Cup with them, of course, in 1991, I think it was, yes. And won other pieces of silverware before eventually winning the Premiership. And a nice subplot, of course, as you all know, is that he will be coming up against his former player, Mark Robbins, who is credited in many ways for helping to save his job when he scored in the early rounds of the FA Cup. Otherwise, if United had lost, Ferguson would have lost his job. But
good player,
Robbins
Mark Robbins, good player.
Yeah, you might remember.
I think he was a bit underrated, Mark Robbins, as well. I thought he was really good player.
CMO Sports was something about Arteta in the chat. He said Arteta.
Yeah, I'll just read there, Connor. Yeah.
Connor.
Arteta hasn't done anything to warrant him being sacked in the eyes of the club. However, the fans know why he should be sacked if he produces no trophies come into the season.
Yeah, that's what I said. No trophies, he has to go, but the club will probably keep him for another season, knowing the club's.
Oh, it's not probable. It's definite. He's staying for at least another season. And as I said, that is going to, ramp up the pressure on him. And, there are some fans who like to, pride themselves in being more evolved than us because we're not really, they're not those doom and gloom merchants like we are. But I say to them, knock it off. You never really understand. You have no business commenting on other people's mentalities when you definitely have no you guys are a bunch of hypocrites. That's all I'm going to say. But enough of that rant. I'm sorry about that, Steve.
That's all right, mate. No worries. Obviously we're gonna bounce off in a minute and go, but I just obviously want to could you say that defeat the other day, did you think you had one eye on the Champions League? Would you say?
Ollie, you can take this first, mate.
Do you think you had one eye on that?
What do you mean one eye? What do you mean?
On the Champions League, that game against Bayern. Did you kind of take your mind off the Premier game?
Yeah, I think going into the Bayern game, we'll forget about the Aston Villa game and try and win the game. Try and bounce back after that loss.
Yeah, well, you got to, haven't you? So
yeah.
You haven't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, nothing but a loss in the Bayern game. I mean, obviously, if we draw, we'll go to extra time or penalties. But I don't want to draw. I want to win. As I said, I don't want penalties again, and even extra time. I hate. Goes on much later, It's more pressure to score a goal, and then if it goes, it's still a draw after half-time, it's penalties. So, yeah, we have to win. It's going to be tough, but obviously the positives are that Bayern Munich are missing Alaba, Gnabry. I think Sané's injured, but they've still got quality players like Neuer and obviously Kane up front.
Great players.
Dyer. But as Manny said as well, the fans are going to be rocking. They're at the Allianz Stadium.
All their fans there,
all their fans are there. They're going to want to make up for not being at the Emirates. They're going to want to, support their fans. There's probably not going to be many Arsenal fans, so the support is going to be a disadvantage for the Arsenal players. But I'm sure they'll be used to it. They've got a brilliant away record. They're top of the league in away record in the Premier League, so they're not too bad away. Don't really know about Europe. Obviously, they lost to Porto away in Europe, and they lost to who else did they lose to in Europe?
We lost to Lens in Europe in the group stages.
Lens, yeah. So we haven't got the best away record in the UCL Premier League, Champions League, but I reckon if we on our A game and we do well and try our best. But obviously the big threats are Kane up front. He's going to want to score another goal against Arsenal. 15 goals against Arsenal in 20 games now. Neuer in goal is going to be tough as well. He's a great goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the league, in the world. They got a decent defense, but obviously they're without Alaba. Gnabry got the goals, so he won't be playing. So yeah, they've got. Luckily, we haven't got players like that where we've had suspended players or injuries, so we're quite lucky on that front. But yeah, we need to take advantage of those players. Oh, a security mindset. We're ending soon. He says, "Send them in."
Sorry, mate. Next time you'll be able to come on, but obviously we're going soon. We're going to wrap up in a little while.
Who is a security mindset?
I don't know, to be honest, but I don't think I've got him on the Insta or anything, so I don't know. Can't. Well, I could put it in here, but I mean it's too late anyway because we're going to go in a minute. So, but next time you'll be able to hop on, mate. I'll put the link in the thing and you'll be able to come on.
Alaba, sorry, not Oliver Davies, not Alaba Davies.
Oh right.
I meant Davies, Cameron. I meant Davies. Big up football.
Thanks.
Football fans, check your DM. I sent you a DM about joining my stream earlier, so check.
Oi, I'm here. Yeah, we know, mate. Yeah, good to see you, man. In the chat at last.
Big up.
Yeah, I just got back from South London. Oh, well done.
Nice. Cool.
What was going on up there, mate? Down there.
He's probably done work there, wasn't he?
Oh right, work. Yeah, big up. Yeah, big up, man. Big up. We'll have to get you on here someday, mate. You can come on,
Yeah, you can come on reservation.
I was on his thing again. We was on there, weren't we, Ollie, the other day on his one?
Oh yeah, what was that? We were on. Was it the Arsenal and Liverpool call-in show, wasn't it?
Yeah, the call-in thing. Yeah. He's good. He's good bloke. He's top bloke. He
said, "See me, old dear." What does he mean? Does he mean as?
Oh, he's seen his old. Yeah, he's probably his wife or something or whatever. I don't know, whatever.
Oh right. Yeah.
That's where he's going to see her. Yeah. But so anyway, guys, that has been a great stream. I know this isn't a cricket stream, but I just want to say R.I.P. Derek Underwood. He passed away. Was it yesterday? And so R.I.P. And
when is your next cricket stream on the cricket channel, Mr. B?
I don't know yet, mate. I'm gonna have to. I might be trying to do an IPL watch along or something or other.
Yeah.
I've got to try and sort one out.
Is it just about England, or are you going to do like county cricket as well, or is it just?
Yeah, I want to do county cricket. I want to get into the Middlesex, and do all them because they're doing quite well at the moment. So it's my
I support Somerset.
Yeah, you missed an opportunity today because I believe KKR and Rajasthan are playing. Phil Salt against Joss Butler. That would have been good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll have to try and do something like that one day to watch along or whatever. But it's about finding the time as well, isn't it?
Listen. To be honest, mate, if I can say one thing though, the IPL is absolutely boring. The bowling is absolutely buffet bowling, and there are big scores everywhere. Some of the fielding is horrible. I mean, is it really, really worth watching? It's like, why would you want to take a trip to, McDonald's when you can, just enjoy some really, really good quality food elsewhere?
Yeah, McDonald's is shit, mate. Apologise for the swearing, but it is, isn't it? Really?
That's why I said. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. I've given up McDonald's. I've given up Kentucky Fried Chicken. No Pizza Hut. No Burger King. No nothing. I'm staying fast food free at least for this entire year.
I'll tell you one of the healthier things is Subway. Have you ever had Subway?
Oh, I love Subway.
Mate, I love Subway. I really do.
Yeah. It's Manny. Is Subway Subway healthy for you?
It is. Like, look, you have to make sure that you choose the right selection of vegetables, the right bread, and avoid the dressings. I mean, maybe you can have a little bit of olive oil, but these sauces, unless they're something like maybe a mustard or something really spicy, they're just going to add a little bit more calories, like mayonnaise. A bit too sweet for me.
Barbecue sauce.
Too sweet for me. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have that. But I mean, obviously, I like my sandwiches to be quite meaty, but I do take my vegetables as well. And always
I don't really go for the healthier option. I have the meatball marinara when I go in there. I love that.
That's the Joey special, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is lovely, man. I love that.
Ravneet. And let me also say belated happy Baisakhi to you and your family, brother.
What?
You know him, do you?
Baisakhi. It's a Punjabi festival. Hardeep and Sunny will know about it.
Oh, right.
Okay. It's a sort of a religious occasion for people of the Sikh or faith. Yeah.
Do you know this gentleman, do you? This Ravneet?
Yeah, we're connected on Instagram.
Oh, right, cool. I know one we could have on here at some stage if he's willing to come on. Maybe go on the. He must know his cricket and that, wouldn't he? About all the cricket and stuff.
He should.
Try and get him on the cricket ones at some stage, Have to. But obviously, as I was saying about Derek Underwood, RIP, he's a fantastic player. I know I didn't see much of him. Obviously, old things of him on black and white and whatever. But he, was it more like 60s he started, wasn't it? Was it 60s? Or 70s?
Not 60s. I think maybe 70s and 80s around about that time. We could always find out. But, tragic that he wasn't able to get to the 300 wicket mark in Test cricket. And I had hoped that it would be one of Panesar Swan who would have gotten that landmark. But maybe some of these new guys could get it. Maybe Tom Hartley, Shoaib Bashir, Rayan Ahmed's a good shout.
Yeah, Rayan Ahmed. Yeah. Yeah, got some decent spinners there now. So I don't think it'd be quite Underwood's class, but he's one of our top spinners back in the day. But
he was.
Yeah, don't have him quite like him anymore. But he's driving home, he says, Ravneet. Yeah. And of course Tony's in here. Big up Tony. He does football TV.
I thought he plays for Brentford, Tony.
Oh.
Tony from Early Doors Football TV.
Oh, I know.
Tony will be playing for someone else soon. could be United, apparently. They're after him, Ivan Tony. So
really, go on.
Oh, really? Good luck to him if he has to work with Ten Hag.
Arrest won't be happy with that. He doesn't want him.
Yeah, Arrest already said he don't want him there. But there you go. Anyway, guys, it's been brilliant, and thanks to everyone coming here on the panel and in the live chat. And we'll share out the socials. Go to you first, Manny. Where can we find you, man?
Well, first of all, you can find me over here on Mr. B Hiver Football and also Mr. B Talks England Cricket. Big up to you for having me on, as always. Also, catch me on Del Boy Gunner TV. We did a huge stream yesterday where we were discussing.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was a huge little powwow we had with some of the regulars on our channel. Not a call-in show, but it was really good fun. Big up as well to big up to Coach's Corner, and it is confirmed I will be doing a watch-along for the Barcelona PSG game at the new camp. Luis Enrique's return to his old stomping grounds. So you can catch me there. Also catch me on Oris Talks Football. We should be doing a preview stream this coming Friday. Also catch me on Danny AFC TV. I will be doing a watch along on his channel for the Bayern Munich Arsenal game at the Allianz. Will that be the last time we get together? I don't know. Maybe we'll do a season review together. We'll have to see. And also up the cherries in all departments. Do check it out. If you are into music from the 90s and early 2000s, Craig recently did an interview with Richie Neville, one of the lead singers from the band Five. Huge Aston Villa fan. Huge Aston Villa fan. Do check that out if and when you can. It's a wonderful watch, and we do the cherry picking stream together. We might possibly be recording the stream before Aston Villa's ECL tie against Lille, and that will of course be coming out the following day. And who else have I forgotten anyone? Yeah, also Rich Sports, Football United, Spurs Asia TV, AFC Talk Show TV, Football Overseas, big up to him. I've been on a couple of his streams earlier on. Big up, of course, to DJ Sinclair. I'm sorry I can't join you today, but I will try and join you at least once or twice before the end of the season, son. And, just several other channels that I can't really name at present, but all quite close to my heart in many ways. If they don't believe me, I will send them a check in the post. And I always say again that whenever we come on these streams, we have to make sure that we treat each other well. I'm really glad that there was no really nasty banter or snide. And when we do that, we enjoy each other's company, and the stream becomes a lot better, where we sort of bounce off each other and allow each other to land and have their say, and then maybe, take some points from that. And the most important thing is that if we can't agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there is no point in having a discussion. So let's treat each other the way that we would like to be treated. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And nothing much else to say except enjoy the football coming up from Europe. Enjoy the rest of the week. Any sporting action coming up should be really good fun. Do take care of yourselves until then, until we meet again. Stay safe, be happy. Don't do anything that Ollie and Mr. B and Kyle and I wouldn't do. But as always, farewell to thee. Goodbye and God bless to all of you. And I've got to split. Gym time.
Yeah. Cheers, man. That's brilliant, Manny. Well said as usual. If you want to head off now, mate, you're welcome to. I just got Ollie's obviously going to shout out his socials, but if you want to go, mate, it's up to you.
I will. Oh, goodbye, everyone, and cheers. I'll catch you all soon.
Take care, man. Have a good one, yeah.
Cheers.
Enjoy the gym, mate. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye. Right, Ollie, so you got you'll shout out your socials, man.
Yep, big up Mr. B, of course. Me on obviously big up Carl, who was on earlier, who left, and just Manny, who just left now, and Mr. B, of course. I'll do Manny's side channels. You can catch, of course, here Mr. B Highs Football Chat and his England cricket channel, Mr. B Chats England Cricket. You can also catch me on Oris Talks Football, as Manny said. I think they're doing a preview stream on Friday, so I'll try my best to join that. Where we're talking about hopefully Arsenal bouncing back against Wolves. Yeah, I'm mainly on Oris Talks Football. That's the only way you can find me. As Manny said as well, Dale, we're going to TV. I've been on there a few times. I've been in a few call-in shows and stuff like that. True Guna, who's hopefully joining my stream tonight, been in his channel a few times. I was on a Luton preview with Stepsy and T-Boy TV. Been joined a few call-in shows as well where we've won. Made my debut. Big up Connor, who's in the chat earlier. CMO Sports made my debut a few months ago. Only been on one there once. MK the Don, AFC Talk Show TV, been in there. I don't think they've done much stuff in a while, but Corner, haven't been in that channel for a while, but hopefully go back on Hannah's channel soon. If you want to catch me on my channel, down below there, DJ Claro. I've got a stream tonight, 8 p.m, so just about 35 and out. So I've got about 2 hours and 35 minutes till my stream. So after this, I'll get ready. Obviously, I'm going to have dinner soon, and then I'll get ready for my stream. We're going to have at least, I think, 4 Arsenal fans, at least 2 people making their debut. I won't spoil who's joining yet, but hopefully maybe Mr. B can join as well. Might have like a couple of neutrals on there, but mainly Arsenal fans. And I don't have any Bayern Munich fans. I don't really know any Bayern Munich fans, so it's mainly Arsenal and neutral fans in the stream. So we'll be talking about like predicted lineups, score predictions, might do like team of the season in the UCL so far, and like previewing the game and stuff. If you want to, and yeah, we'll be back with previews next week, reviews next week, Premier League reviews. If you want to catch me on Instagram, Ollie.Sinclair556, and my David fan page is David Rare fan page 1. I won't really shout out my Mixcloud anymore because I'm taking a break to the Monday the 29th. So I'll be back on Mixcloud with a 1 hour special mix because I've taken quite like a 3-week break. So, best to come back with an hour mix. Yeah, I've just uploaded a few sped up songs on SoundCloud, Giifted Sinclairo on SoundCloud. Oliver56 on TikTok will hopefully be uploading on TikTok again soon. But yeah, that's mainly it. Big up Mystery for having me on. Hopefully Arsenal can get the job done tomorrow and get through to the next semi-finals from the Champions League for the first time in a while. Otherwise, if we lose, we have to win the league. We can't lose. We have to win all our remaining games and hope City and Liverpool like drop points and stuff. So tomorrow's a must-win game. We need to win that game because I don't think we can win the league. So if we lose, we have to. But yeah, it's been a good stream. Obviously, it's been on for about an hour and a half, so it's been on for quite a while.
Yeah.
Big up the comments, big up the comments, big up the panel as well. And yeah, don't miss my stream 8 p.m. today. Giifted Sinclairo. I'll send you the link on if you want to check out my Instagram and you want the link, I'll send you the link. And if you want my Snapchat, Xbox, and PlayStation, please do personally DM me for that. That's where you can find me. Big up. Yeah, so I hope you got a full panel for tonight's stream. 8 p.m. is going to be the Bayern Munich versus Arsenal preview game happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. at Allianz Arena in Germany. So hopefully we can win. Yeah, big up Mr. B. I hope you join the next stream. And yeah, don't miss my stream 8 p.m. and follow my Instagram.
Yeah, nice one. Brilliant. As I say, I probably should be able to come on yours tonight because it's not no British teams in there, is it? It's tomorrow night. Arsenal and so.
Yeah, Man City Arsenal's tomorrow night. There's only I think tonight's PSG, Barcelona, and Dortmund, Atletico. So no English teams, but
yeah. So I should be able to come on there, mate. Yeah.
What's that noise? What's that noise?
Bloody ice cream van.
Ice cream van.
Yeah. used to go and get them from there back in the day when I was younger, when I was a kid and that. I used to go to the ice cream vans, but not anymore, mate.
Not anymore.
Bit too old for that now. But you know. But anyway, yeah, cheers for coming on, Ollie. That's brilliant, mate. Yeah, as I say, I should be able to come on there later. Should be fine.
I'll send you the link around 7 just in case.
Yeah, it's fine, mate. I'll try and get on there early if I can. Make a change, I know, but I will try and get on there early.
So yeah, hopefully we're not. It's obviously not just Arsenal fans. We've got some neutral fans as well, but mainly Arsenal fans.
Oh right, cool. Yeah,
I think Steps is joining, or Est might be joining, and in Arsenal fans there's going to be me, Elliot, DJ Crazy, Jamie. You might not know Jamie. You might meet him. And I'm waiting on Chubuna to reply. He said he'll let me know. And I asked Connor as well. I asked him if he had a stream today, and I asked him what time, but he hasn't replied. So if it's like before or after, I might ask him if he can join.
I think he was doing one tonight, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time.
But yeah, so I'll see. Might come on that, but I'm obviously got other streams coming up. I've got to do the preview one for Luton, and I'm going on T-Boy's one for that on Thursday. Well, I know actually he's coming on here. Tell a lie, he's coming on here to do that. But T-Boy, Ty, he's coming on here on Thursday. Yeah. So we're doing that about 4:00 on Thursday. So that should be interesting. Talking about that match again at Kenilworth Road on Saturday. Should be a good one. Hopefully we can carry on winning. But sorry, Ollie.
It's a shame we didn't do a preview for the Brentford game, the Arsenal Brentford game. Did we not do one?
Don't know. I think I thought I'd done one with someone, but I can't remember who it was. But But yeah, I don't know. It's gone, mate. It's gone past. So, but
Yeah.
no. Anyway, we'll do it for the next. Well, it'll be next season now. The next when we start again in was it September? Is it starts again? So
does it start in September? No, it starts in August. It starts in August.
Oh yeah, August. Of course it is. Yeah. But not too far away, of course. And not long ends, and then not long starts again, doesn't it? So but
do Brentford have any pre-season games confirmed? Because Arsenal are playing them.
Yeah. We'll have friendlies and everything, mate. Yeah. Pre-season warm up.
Because Arsenal have got to play Liverpool and Man United in America. They've confirmed that.
Yeah.
So
I've got that already sorted out.
Yeah, they've already got a few pre-season games. Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't sorted nothing of ours out yet, so we ain't got a clue at the moment who we're going to play. But I mean, it don't matter yet. I mean, we still got to finish this season off, and it's been a nightmare for us. But
at least you'll stay up. At least you'll stay up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course we will. But
if Brentford stay up, do you think it's a successful season or not?
Not really, mate. Not really, because I mean, look at the last 2 seasons. We've been up near the top 10 in the top or middle of the table. You know, and we nearly got Europe. So you know, it's nothing. It's been poor this season, and I just want to write it off. To be honest,
ninth last season. You finished 9th and then 13th, and then
pretty good, isn't it? You know, for us, that's been 2 good seasons. So
this has been your worst season like in a while.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, since being in the Premier, it has. Yeah.
I think you'll do well next season if you make some good signings, and if if maybe Thomas Frank isn't your manager anymore, maybe.
I think he'll stay, Frank. To be honest, now I can't see him going anywhere.
Yeah, I think.
But I think if we are going to get rid of Tony, and then we're getting these other strikers in. We might be getting Schmodix. We might be getting possibly Jonathan David. What a signing that'd be!
Oh, that would be amazing.
We get him, but you know, and then there's Josh Sargent as well. We're after. There's quite a few.
What other positions?
Hall, we're after him. So,
what other positions apart from striker are Brentford looking at? Then are you looking to get a new keeper?
Well, we have got another one. We got Ingham Arson, but he just ain't played yet. So we're going to see. We're going to see what he does next season. I don't think Flecken's that great, but you know he's going to persist with him. But don't rate him at all, really. But
what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to Flecken then? Will he stay or will he go?
Well, I think he's going to stay, Ollie. So I can't see him going anywhere. But unfortunately, but I don't rate him at all. I think he's a poor keeper. You know, from Raya to him, you know, it's not. That's poor, you know. And I know Raya's been a little bit. You know, he's conceded lately, but I think he'd been immense in most of the games lately. And
he saved that penalty in the West Ham game.
Yeah. So, you know, he's been great at times. So I think he was better with us, but there you go. But I think next season
he spent longer with you, so
next season I think you'll see the best of him next season. I reckon, you know.
Yeah,
I really do.
I reckon he'll get the #1 shirt next season. If
Ramsdale's going, isn't he, as well? So you won't have him there anymore. So
we might need a keeper if we get rid of Ramsdale.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not giving you any more of our keepers, so sorry.
No, I don't want any more.
Unless you want, you can have Flecken if you want.
No, I don't want Flecken. I don't want Flecken. You can have Ramsdale if you want.
Actually, we wouldn't mind Ramsdale. I think he's not a bad keeper, you know. I don't think he's that bad. He makes some mistakes at times.
What do you think about Pickford? He conceded 6 goals against Chelsea. Do you still think he's good?
Pickford, as I call him, yeah.
Do you still think he's good for the England goalkeeper in the Euros? Who do you think we should have that? Who do you think should be the goalkeeper in the Euros?
Well, I don't know really. Who else is any good at the moment?
Well, we got Ramsdale, we got
Henderson,
Henderson, Pope. I don't really like
Pope's
Pope.
out, isn't he? He's still out.
Is he out? Oh right.
Yeah, I think he's still out injured. I think.
Oh right.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think.
There's Henderson, Pope, Aaron Ramsdale.
They're all about Butland, but he's in Scotland at the moment.
Yeah, he's in Scotland.
Yeah.
Joe Hart's obviously retired, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, we must have a decent English keeper somewhere.
I can't
surely.
really think. I can't think that we have many English keepers.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out and find out. But I'm sure there's got to be somebody else. But
yeah,
I don't think Pickford's any good. I don't rate him at
Sam
all.
Johnston. Sam Johnston.
Yeah, Sam Johnston.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have got some decent ones somewhere. But yeah, mate. But anyway, guys, we've got to obviously go now because it's been going on nearly 2 hours. Nearly, it's getting on for that. So want to get off and go. I've got a stream with I think on Hanno stream later about 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, Hanno streams at 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? A cricket stream? Is it a cricket?
Yeah, cricket. Yeah.
What's it about? What's he talking about on it? What's he talking about?
Probably IPL and stuff. I would think mainly.
Right.
A few other things. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, it should be good. Ain't been on there he ain't done it for a while, has he? So it should be good, mate. But as I say, thanks everyone that's been in the live chat, and thanks to you again, Ollie and Manny that was on here earlier, and Kyle, of course. And obviously, until we see you all again, thank you and goodbye. We're out of here. Goodbye.